Welcome to JavaScript Streaming, a quick glimpse into the future. Hope you are ready. Everybody there are with headphones, but here no headphones, right? So let's make some noise to attract more people to the noise. So let's, wait. We'll do it together. Everything is structured. No, don't worry. OK, so yeah, we're going to do a quick warm-up. So first, everybody from Amsterdam, please raise your hand. OK, leave your hands up. Everybody else, leave your, OK, give high five to each other. OK, and yeah, give everybody. Like if you don't see it, run to the next. OK, yeah, awesome. Tell your name to each other if you don't know each other, even if you do. OK, awesome. So now we are one big family, OK? So we can have fun. Let's begin. I'm Shai Reznik. This is my Twitter, or X. I'm from the Qwik team, and I run Hires.io, where we make web development fun and efficient. We do it by consulting. This is an illustration of me consulting. This is probably what it will look like when you will hire me. And we do it with crazy talks and crazy courses. This is a course about like building a wig e-commerce website called Airbnb. And we teach web development through this type of nonsense. OK, awesome. So the future, OK? What will the future look like? This is the question that we all want to know. Of course, the future will be AI, right? Like the rise of the machines, become one with the machine, right? So I took the time to get good at like, prompting engineering and all that stuff. And I'm, best friend with ChatGPT and Copilot. So let me demonstrate my skills a little bit. This is ChatGPT, actually ChatGPT, OpenAI. OK, and let's start. Hi. Oh. God damn it. Yeah, I don't think I'm, I'm not connected, maybe? Connecting. Yay, we got a connection. OK, so let's see. Hi, chat. Can you tell me the future of web development? Yeah, let's see. Oh, it's working. Yeah, it's going to be. What? No. I don't know. Technical difficulties. I don't know. Let's continue with the. OK. So let's do what we did until last 2 weeks, OK? Let's try and think about it ourselves, OK? So the future, OK? The future of web development, that's the question that I'm asking myself all the time, and you probably too. And yeah, so I think it's not about the specific technology, it's about more of a philosophy. And I will explain why, because philosophy is a guiding principle for behaviors. That's one of the definitions. And that's super important. It's kind of weird to think about philosophy and not like, what's the next framework or what's the next thing? So this talk is not about like, hey, a lot of code demos. There will be a demo. But it's not about the specific APIs and such. It's more about the overall like idea. And what I found is that if we want to make future predictions, we first need to find repeating patterns in the past, and to that we need to study history. So I will try to do all this while telling my personal story of how I got into the Qwik team and why. So once upon a time, OK, in the year 2021, let's go back in time, I was on a call with Mishko. Me and Mishko have been friends ever since I gave him a funny T-shirt in 2015 on NG-Conf. You can like YouTube NG-Wat. It was about his pick of choice of word transclusion for AngularJS, which confused everybody in the world, OK, back then. So we're on a call, and he told me about this cool thing called Qt, or Qt. And I was like, what? And he was like, dude, it's the coolest thing ever. You need to try it. You need to. And he started like, explaining all this thing to me. And I understood like 20% or something like, you take your file, you manually cut it into pieces, and you name everything with your own name. And then you have an HTML, and you put a reference to one of the files. And if you do all that, it's a virtual machine that you, like all this craziness, if you do all this manual work, you'll get the best UX you can get. You will get an instant loading app. And I was like, well, that sounds innovative. When I never heard anyone like using HTML as a virtual machine to pass knowledge. So he said, oh, cool. So you can write about it, like produce content and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, sure. I don't think I have a lot of time to do that. You know, I had this like intuitive feeling. And what is intuition? Intuition, basically, it's like, you know, all of your experience condensed into one feeling in one moment, like it tells you the answer, just like ChatGPT, right? Like, just give me the answer. And it's like Sherlock Holmes, where like in a minute he can tell you who's the murderer. The murderer is probably this grandma who's holding like a baby monkey or something like that. Okay. So what I wanted to do in this talk is to take you to that moment. I deconstructed it afterwards in hindsight, and to show you like my thought process and take you through the journey. So I'm old. I know I look 16, but I'm actually old. So I started from the 90s, like writing static pages, and then moved to multi-page apps, or the OG SSR, right? ASP before .NET and PHP, and that was generation 1, I call it. This is just my naming. It doesn't matter, like it's not the broader concept. So SSR, just in short, route. You ask for a route, PHP renders it, you get the server template plus data as an HTML, then you can do cool stuff with Barney the dinosaur in the 90s website and stuff like that. Okay, so then we moved to JavaScript before Ajax, so it was the dynamic HTML, DHTML, to the one who remember that. That was like generation 1.5 because it wasn't that huge improvement. Then I moved from that because I hated CSS. I moved to Flash, if you remember Flash, and rich internet applications with Flex. I was an early adopter, and then it became like Steve Jobs decided to kill Flash, so we moved to JavaScript, right? And I started with Backbone and Knockout, and then moved to Ember, and then AngularJS. I was also an early adopter of AngularJS and React and other frameworks, Solid, and then this is generation 2, right? We moved, like completely shifted from MPAs, multi-page apps, to single-page apps, and then hydration-based apps, which was pioneered by Next.js, and that's what I call generation 2.5 because it's the era of the meta framework, right? It's not a huge change. It's like an improvement over what existing, which was also very innovative. So what led us to jump from generation to generation? User experience. And for the context of this talk specifically, I will use user experience as how fast can the user reach their goal. That's it, okay? So this is following the evolution of frameworks. This is an illustrated graph. It's not based on data. It's just on feeling or experience. And those of you who've been coding from the 80s, 90s know that about this graph. So this is the user experience graph. And we started with, like, you know, the first generation. We had a decrease in user experience because of the app size, caused a lot of database load, waiting time. So we added JavaScript trying to help with that, like validating the forms inline instead of doing a full page request. And it didn't really help that much. So we went to the single page apps to give like a desktop-like experience, right? And that suffered from a different problem, right, that we all know now, when the users see a blank page, and then they contemplate their life choices and stuff, right? So then, that's why we moved to the hydration base to give, or the new SSR model, where we give on the left, you see the SSR loading immediately, and on the right is a SPA. But that had a different problem of interactivity, because if your app is big, then the users need to wait until the app become interactive, and they were like, what the hell? Okay, so that is because hydration, okay? Hydration, or the new SSR model goes like this, same, asking for a route. Now, instead of PHP, we're using the same technology from the client on the server to render our app, or play it, okay? And then we send it back. Now it's the client template plus data. And we get a very static HTML, and then we need to hydrate it. So we render again. We replay all the stuff that we did on the server, and we get an interactive app. Now, this is hydration, and while it is taking place, the user cannot, like the event listeners don't work. Sorry. Okay. Size matters. This is the pattern, right? Like, when app became bigger, we needed to shift generation and to deal with that. or app size matter, right? So the conclusion from all this is bigger apps lead to sad users, right? But user experience is not enough. What else is needed? Dev experience, developer experience, right. Thanks for the participation. Developer experience, again, context for this talk is how fast can the developer reach their goal, right? How many decision points we need to have, or like stuff we need to learn in order to do stuff and such. So we also had this bumpy road on the way. We had learning curves, and we need to, but mainly, again, in context of app size, we had this drop where we needed to do manual optimization. How many people needed to do manual optimization of their apps to make it faster for the users? Okay, half of the room, the rest don't care. Okay, like just a small example. We love NPM. We grab our package and it does everything for us. Thank you very much. But yeah. It comes with a problem, right, of like all the bloat and for our users' lives. So this is me when I need to manual optimize my code. I hate it, just like half of the room. OK, so the point here is to understand that bigger apps lead to sad user, which lead to manual optimization, which leads to sad developers, OK? Right? And what I came to realize over the years is that developers care about user experience as long as it doesn't hurt their developer experience. Clap if you agree. OK. Again, half of the room don't care. OK. No, they care. They care. We care, but in reality, we won't use the tools that are best for the job if they make our lives harder. So this is a quote. If you like this quote, OK, now is the time to take the picture. OK, OK, awesome. Now we'll share the slide. OK, let's go out of the brain and into the moment of like me basically telling Mishko, yes, but no. OK, and that's what led me, like, because I was missing something. What was I missing? The DX. Thank you for the participation again. OK, awesome. So I said I will help as a friend. He invited me to the Qwik repository, OK, private repository, which was, I told him, you need to change the name, OK, and the Discord. And 1 year later, by the way, I don't know how to say it, but I have a friend from France. Can you say 1 year later?
1 year later.
OK, thank you very much. OK, awesome. Thank you. This is Mael. Give him a round of applause. OK. He flew all the way from France just for this moment. OK, awesome. So, 1 year later, I was after a 4-hour-long session of teaching about effective Cypress testing, part of my test effective development course. Or series of courses, and I was in one of the busiest times in my life. I had a business to run and employees to manage and clients, like new clients came in, and was preparing this giant testing course and manage 11,000 developer community, and my wife was calling me like, hey, Shai, when are you coming back home to take care of the kids? And I was like, oh, I forgot to tell you. We're having an online meetup remotely with Mishko. He's going to talk about Qt or Qwik now it's called. Sorry. And she said, no worry. I'll take care of them. Go do your thing. She's like, thank you, Noga. OK, thank you. Give her a round of applause, my wife. Awesome. Yeah. Now she will forgive me for flying to Amsterdam. OK. So we hosted Mishko. This is me with the beard then. And he gave the talk. And in this talk, he showed code similar to this. We didn't have signals, but later on, we added it thanks to Ryan Carniato. He showed a code similar to this. And he said, like, you need to just write this, and that's it. You don't need all this, like, all the stuff that he showed me a year before wasn't there. It was all like done for you. And I was like, what? And apparently, Mishko got joined by 2 brilliant developers, Manuel Almeida and Adam Bradley, that both created Stencil that come from Ionic. And again, courtesy of Builder.io, who invested in this technology to make it happen for the rest of the world, which is great. By the way, I'm not working at Builder, but they have a cool product coming out, I think in 2 weeks, called Visual Copilot. Takes your Figma, turn it into code. Manu worked on it. Manu is one of the really geniuses developer in the world. Follow all these three. So Manu looked at the code that Mishko showed me, right, with the manual things, and he said, like, hell no, okay? Let's add these dollar signs to the API, and then I will write a compiler that knows how to extract the code of your functions, the closure. Think about how hard it is to extract a closure that knows about all of the scope above it into a separate file, and will know how to serialize it and move it from the server to the client automatically for you. And they did that. And then I was like, now it's interesting. Let me try and play with it and see, like, if it does what they say it is. And
several days later.
OK, thank you. Give me a round of applause. So it's like we're kissed. No, OK. I tried. I took one of my small websites, side projects, and I refactored it. And then I, like Mishko said, if you put it on page speed score, you see like the result. And I was like looking at this, put it on the website, and I saw, 99 or something like that on the page speed, and it had JavaScript, and it had, like, I never had this experience before. And then I realized I was like, well, I didn't do anything. I just wrote my code, and I was like, oh, happy days. Okay, I felt emotional about it. Wasn't good yet, like it is maybe more today. It had all this like funky stuff in the API, but I saw, like, I had an aha moment of like, wait a minute. Now I understand the philosophy behind what Mishko was trying to explain, and in the talk, in the meetup remotely and all that stuff, about Qwik's philosophy, which is automatic optimization. It's like you don't need to do it manually anymore. And I was like, because he said, like, Qwik creates instantly interactive JavaScript apps that then is scale without effort, and it sounded like marketing or something like that. But then I realized, like, instantly interactive, meaning no hydration and no waiting. At any scale, it means your app could be 100 megabyte, and you don't care. You can bring your NPM packages and stuff like that without effort. This is the automatic part, right? So then I had this another intuition moment, right? Like Sherlock, Grandma. OK, so let's dive into that moment. And this is what I deconstructed later on. So we were like, this was 2 years ago. And we had, like, we were beginning this transition period. Everybody could feel it in the air, like something new, as like, all these frameworks are working on the next thing, what will be generation 3, how it will look like. And I knew that there is this negative correlation between developer experience and user experience when it comes to the app size, right? We need to always manually optimize. And I also knew that just like the stock market, we are not going back. We're not going back to the old days of like doing stuff like that. It will need to be something better than what we have now, or at least as good. So then I realized that with automatic optimization, where the size doesn't matter anymore, and the user experience can go up, and the developer's experience can stay the same or even be better, then it breaks this correlation. This has the potential. I didn't know if this will actually work and if it has all the right pieces, but this is the feeling that I have. Like, oh my God, this could have the potential. So, going back, and again, I didn't have time. I had less time than a year before, and my wife was about to divorce me if I would take yet on another project, okay? But even so, I called Mishko and I was like, hey, I want to help. Okay, I have experience in running a community. I really want, if this project will succeed, it needs a great community, and there wasn't any community back then. And I really wanted it to be a friendly community. Like, I've been in JavaScript from the beginning. Sometimes I met friendly people. Sometimes I met hostile communities, and I left. And I really wanted Qwik to have a really, really friendly community. So to be friendly, to be supportive, to be collaborative, to be fun. And like meetups all over the world, people like not afraid to ask questions in the Discord and stuff like that. And I offered that, and also offered that we'll do a free course together to teach people about Qwik, like what's different. And it took us months of work just to deconstruct what is Qwik, how does this magic work behind the scene. So I wanted to take just a small part and to explain it here. This will be the part from the course, and it took us also a long time to get to this term called JavaScript streaming. This is different than HTML streaming or out-of-order streaming that you know maybe from, HTML streaming is a technology from the 90s also that lets you stream part of the HTML. This is about JavaScript code, about those closures, functions that you send over the wire. And the metaphor that you can think of is, oh wait, you know what? Let me try ChatGPT again. Let's see if is willing to. Hey, can you explain about what is JavaScript streaming? What the hell with one L? Well, I don't know. Sorry about the technical difficulty. OK, let me just, explain the metaphor. OK, so in the old days, like a few years ago, we needed to, when we want to watch a movie, like the end of the movie, OK? You just missed the end of the movie, you want to watch that. What do you need to do? We need to download the entire like gigabytes of file in order to watch the end of the movie, right? What do we do today? Streaming. Streaming. From the back. I want to hear you. Thank you. OK, let's do that. OK. To the new ones, teach them what to do. When we reach that, OK, also. OK, cool. We'll do the Mexican wave. OK, again. So, streaming, right? We have Netflix, we have YouTube. We just can click on the end of the movie and just watch it instantly, right? We don't need to think about like uploading the file to YouTube and then cutting it into pieces manually and then like which piece will load when. It just happens automatically. So, the stages between of JavaScript streaming are, first of all, we take the code and we chunk it into packets, just like in video. Okay, that's a metaphor. Then we have the smart first frame of the video, but this time it's HTML, but it's smarter. Then we have packets buffering. We buffer to the browser those tiny packets, and then we have lazy execution. Sounds weird? Let's explain. What is packets chunking? Chunks, right? We divide the code into chunks. It happens on build time, and we take the JavaScript, we divide it to tiny pieces of code. This is happening by the compiler or optimizer that Manu wrote. Now, we move to the second stage, which is the smart first frame. This happens on server time. This is server-side rendering, or pausing. Let me explain. We take the server, we render our application, just like hydration-based. And then we pause. We save all the context that was created while rendering and encode it into the HTML. So the framework will know, once it reaches the client, which are the components and where do they point to. That's the big innovation that Mishko showed me that I didn't understand. And then we get the HTML, but it's smarter. It knows about stuff that the other static HTML don't. Then we move to the third stage, which is buffering. This happens on the client, and we have the cache. And we buffer those pieces of code to the cache of the browser, and we do it in the background. So it's not blocking the main thread. So the user can interact with the page and start typing or whatever. And then we just analyze which parts are needed for this page and just buffer those parts specifically. And then like on like next pages and such. And then we go to the fourth stage, which is lazy execution. Not lazy loading, right, that we know. It's lazy execution because the code is already there. So this is resuming, right? We paused all the information on the server, and then the user decides where to start the resuming of the application. So if they click here, we just execute that code, only that code that needed for that button or that select box or whatever, right? Or this list and such. So that's basically the theory behind JavaScript streaming. Now, you probably heard the term, like, this stuff that I mentioned about pause and then resume on the client as resumability, right? Anybody heard this term before? Right. So this is part of JavaScript streaming. This is part of the metaphor. OK, now demo time, OK? Ready? Now, yeah. Woo. OK, so what I did, I took a meta framework, hydration-based meta framework, and I actually took 2 meta frameworks, and I did it 2 days ago. I removed all the bloat and emptied them, right? And then just added an input box and a binding to that value. Just like the old days, AngularJS front page, you click something, you see the two-way data binding and stuff. That's what I did. That's it. So we won't have any, like the minimal JavaScript possible. I made it anonymous, not to bash on any specific solution, just to show the concept or the differences. And I fully optimized it. I built it for production, and I serve it from localhost FFS computer. But I just did it like so it won't be dev mode or not optimized and stuff like that. OK, ready to see some magic? OK, they said I have like a copyright problem because of the live stream. I will need a background music from the audience. Do you know the words like tan tan tan, talana talana, tan tan tan? I need it because it's a magic. I need like a magic background music. Do you know? Thank you. Continue, yeah. Da ta 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 la la ta la la ta 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 la la ta. What the hell is going on? Okay. Da ta 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 la la ta la la ta 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 la la ta la la ta 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 na na. Welcome to the magic show. What? Okay. I don't know how I look. Don't divorce me, Noga. OK, awesome. So let's see some magic. OK, first, let's see. Yeah, let's see the demo. So these are the hydration-based framework. I change the port, so you wouldn't have to guess. Or this is basically, what they do, like binding. That's it. No CSS, just like inline styles. Everything is very easy. This is another framework. OK, just binding. OK, I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's try it and count together because I will need your help for the demo of counting. OK, so let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You done? No? OK, let's do the Mexican wave again. OK, so I will need your help in this. So Mexican wave, OK, you start from here, you go from here. When the person next to you, you stand and do like, whoa, OK, but you stand, OK? So let's try it one more time. 1, 2, 3. OK, awesome. Thank you very much. Give yourself a round of applause. Awesome. That was great. OK, so again, let's try and count together, OK? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. OK, awesome. So I will need your help for the next part. But first, let's create a quick application just from the start, OK? So npm create Qwik latest. Yeah, OK. I just want to show you from the get-go how, like, the experience and the development experience. Let's use the default, the full basic app with all the things. Let's install a Git repository. Want to hear a joke? Yes. OK. What connects? What was it? Connects. What concert costs just 45 cents, 50 cents, featuring Nickelback. I want to kill myself. OK. So this feature was added for Mishko. Mishko, for the dad jokes, he really loves dad jokes. So Manu added it. OK, awesome. So let's go to Qwik app. Let's just make sure that it installed everything. You can never be too sure. Let's pnpm preview, or can if I can write. OK, and just see. First of all, we have dev mode. These are, by the way, these are all the chunks that it automatically analyzes the code and produces. We can do dev mode. I just want to show you like the fully optimized way. Okay. So we have this quick starter. It has JavaScript. You can do stuff. Okay. Quite fun. And what we want to do is to add like the input box. To that, I won't remove everything. I will just keep it. You know, why do extra work? So let's do code, and let's open the code. We'll probably open and remember stuff. OK, so let's see. OK, so in Qwik, this is not going. We have quickschool.com. It's free. It goes with code examples, all that stuff. This is just to show you that we have the route folder, and in each index TSX is the route. So this is the root of the application. There we have like components. So it looks similar. Who is a React developer here? OK, so you probably know who is, like, no, React, Solid, any JSX-based framework. It uses JSX to save the time for inventing a new templating language and focusing on just the differences. So this is the hero component. We have so fantastic to have you with us, which is this, right? I want to do it below that. So let's add it here, right? So let's do a div, and let's use an input. But that's so 2023 to just use an input. So let's add a component library and design system to it. And this is kind of new. It's from this week. We released a component library, a styled one, just like ShotCN. Who knows ShotCN? OK, so I will explain the concept. Not a lot of people know it. But basically, we have a headless component library where you could actually have like an accordion, a select box, a combo box, all the modal, all the crazy stuff. Now, what's cool about it is that you can see it's automatically optimized for you, right? So you'll get like, this is the fastest UI component library or fastest loading in the world currently. So this is the style kit, and what's cool about it is that you can also, this is like the tabs component, you can also make it yours and change, right, like the theme, and build your own theme and choose like a different color and a border radius and like dark mode and see how it looks like, and copy the CSS variables, and you get the entire theme to your project. And by the way, Mayel, with 1 hour later, was created lots of the style components himself. So give him a big round of applause. He's one of our Qwik heroes from the community. He invested a lot of time into making it this. And then you could copy the code, and the examples to your project. But copying is also so 2023. Let's just add it. OK, so I can init a new project or a new Qwik UI configuration by just doing this. OK, Qwik UI init. And what's fun about it, you see it install NX. NX is a great, great project. We have people from we have the CEO here. OK, he paid me. No, I've been using NX for a long time, and I actually thought about it. It's a great tool for creating CLI, so why won't I just leverage it? You don't have to have a monorepo. You don't even need to know about NX. It just works behind the scenes, and it provides automatic caching for you, which is great. Let me just choose the default that are customized to Qwik projects specifically. And it asks me if I want to install Tailwind. The style version is based on Tailwind, so if you hate it, tough. So no, I'm kidding. You can use your own, because you control the code. That's what's fun about it. And now it asks me if I want to customize the theme, so I can choose like the theme, like Brutalist here, and choose like the color and like the border radius and all that stuff. And then it installs the packages for me. And then what I can do is I can ask him like, hey, Qwik UI, add and let me choose like which component do I want to my project. But if I know what I want, like an input, I can just do it like this, and it will add a component to my project. And let's see that component. If I go and see, I get the component with all the, pre-made Tailwind, Tailwind classes for me that looks great from the get-go, but you can customize it because it copies the source code to your project. That's the revolution of ShadCN that he introduced, which is not importing and having a closed box, but an open box and nice defaults from the get-go. And it's all based on the CSS variables that you added. So now let's add this 2024 component. OK, let's import it. Yeah, not input tut. OK, awesome. And OK, cool. So now let's create a binding. And the way we can create binding is with signals. We can bind the value to an input. I like this convention to state that it's a signal, like doing a sig, and input sig. And then signals in Qwik work with the value prop. So let me create input sig, use signal, and that's it. We created a reactive signal. And yeah, let me TypeScript, OK, so now we have this binding. That's it. This is what we needed to do. Let's run pnpm preview just to see it. Again, this is production ready, the preview. You can do pnpm dev, and then you get hot model reloading instantly and can develop your app. I just wanted for the demo to show you to compare, because all the hydration-based are also built for production. Now, what I'm going to show you is the difference between hydration-based and JavaScript streaming. OK? So here we have our binding, right? Same thing. Now, let's begin the demo. OK. Now I need you to count. Thank you, Jeff. I will give you the money back later. OK, so yeah, let's take this and let's take it to incognito mode. And let's open the DevTools and make sure that we are on slow 3G, right? And now the input binding was around here. So let me paste. And when I click, let's try to count together how many numbers can I get into the input box until hydration finishes, and then it binds. OK? This will show us how much time it takes on slow internet connections to get the hydration. And remember, there's nothing on the page, right? Just an input box. And that's it. So, ready to count? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, right? Yeah. OK, in the back, all the people standing. OK, OK, let's try. Let's try. If you don't count, another Mexican wave. So, OK. So, OK, let's go. Wait. Let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, something like that, right? OK, that's one framework. OK, let's try again. Let's try the second framework. Let's open a new window again. And you saw what it did? It erased all the input, right, and started from 7, which is crazy. Think about a user like filling up a form, and then all of a sudden, what the hell, my social security number. OK, so that's OK. The second framework doesn't do it. It actually preserves. But let's try and count again. Let's see which number it will get to. So I think it was here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You see it says but 8, something like that, right? OK, 8. OK, this is right when hydration finishes, and then the user can interact with the page. OK, and think about it again. This is just one input box without any dependencies and other JavaScript bloat and all that stuff and the rest of the app. Now, let's take Qwik. OK, so yeah, Qwik. And let's, yeah, OK, let's do this. Yeah, OK. So slow 3G. I want to be fair, so I think it was around here. So I won't have like to waste time on. Let's try it 2 times, so I just figure out where. OK, 1, 2, 3, 4. OK, wait. Maybe it was a fluke. Wait, let's try it again. OK, so incognito. OK, here. OK, no. OK, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why did I cut it? OK, OK. Yeah, it was around here, I think. OK, ready? OK, 1, 2. No need to count. OK? That's JavaScript streaming. OK? That's the power of JavaScript streaming. And it's automatically done for you. You don't have manual optimization anymore. It's automatic optimization. Now, let's wrap up. Where is it? Here? OK, no. Did I close it? No. Tell me I didn't close it. OK, that was the demo. I will leave it. I need to wrap up fast. OK, so the future. Well, this is not actually new. It's inspired by Google Whiz that used in Google search. You use this technology all day, right, when you search for stuff in Google. But because think about Google. It's complicated. You know, if you ask for a calculator, you get a calculator. Ask for the stock market, you get a graph. So this breaks the correlation, and it might be JavaScript streaming that is the next generation. I don't know, right? We don't know that if this will be the future. And what I can tell you is that the point here is not saying Qwik will be the only framework or something like that. No. Or drop your favorite framework and move to Qwik. That's not the point of the lecture. The point of and because all of these, and I want to give props also to all the other frameworks, because a lot of the ideas from the developer experience and others came from other frameworks. So I want to give props, especially to people from these frameworks, like Ryan here that sits here. Give them a big round of applause as well for all the innovation they bring to our life. And every core team is working about trying to automatically optimize as much as possible. So what I'm pretty sure is that the philosophy will be the future, this philosophy of automatic optimization, which is now, I feel that Qwik takes it to the next level, but I want it to be for the web's philosophy, for all the frameworks. And briefly, this package chunking, OK, what if we could tie it to a statistical information, and we could analyze and create AI-based chunking? OK, so we can analyze which packets the user, anonymously, of course, are using in which order, and we can smartly AI-based buffer and determine the right order of the buffering. Like, what if we can do that? But guess what? This is a reality now with Qwik Insights. So Mishko took a few weeks, built it, and this is running on the Qwik docs, and actually knows to analyze which packet needs to go after the other packet, so you get the most optimized, continuously learning experience. And all that stuff. I don't have time to go over it, but this will be a topic for the next lecture. And what if we can do other stuff? So I got inspired by my friend Benjamin Greenbaum, who created this talk 2 years ago, like imagining what the future of the web will look like. And I thought about, OK, if we can take the packet statistics and create automated tests from them based on the user, because this revolutionary thing here is that it can analyze the function, the closures. So it could analyze what is the path of the user action, and we can generate from the test to use them as a testing ground to do smarter dead code elimination, automatic refactoring, and automatic security runtime audits, and other like automatic caching using AI. So the 4th generation probably will be AI optimized. OK? I don't have time to ask ChatGPT, so screw you, ChatGPT. OK? What now? We're working on Qwik 2. Again, we'll do it in another. We have a blog post on it. Out of order streaming, bigger ecosystem. I want to make Qwik a true community-driven project. That feedback came from the community. So that's what we're working on now. These are important links if you want to follow us. And thank you very much.